Hey guys, James Wilson-Taylor here for Rock Sound. We're at 2000 Trees Festival. Look who's joined us tonight's headliners from YMAS 6. It's Josh and Max. How are you guys?
Good.
Living well.
Living well, living well. It's exciting, man. First time at Trees, right? How are you finding it so far? Just kind of touched down.
You've done more walking around, so you...
Yeah, I've just been chilling in the VIP bar. It's very chilled and the sun is shining, so everybody's in a really good mood right now. It's a very relaxed festival, which I really like.
Yeah,
you
that's
know.
always a good vibe.
It's a nice setting, a few rolling hills, a few trees, you know, convenient for 2,000 trees.
Very true.
And some good bands playing as well. I think Wild Hearts are on right now. So.
Yeah. No, it's a really nice lineup. Yeah, and what you guys kind of got in store for us tonight then? Yeah, headlining appearance is really exciting.
We're going to play mainly the slow ones. All the ballads tonight.
On a lovely sunny day, let's just have the ballads.
We're just going to Capaldi the fuck out of it and slow it all down. And just,
I like Capaldi as a verb. That's good now. Let's
Capaldi
try that.
Yeah.
Going full
That's what we're gonna
Capaldi.
do.
That'll be a nice one. Well, speaking of big shows as well, I do want to start with this other massive show that's coming up, this Gunnersville Park thing. What a nice idea, doing all the singles in order. That's such a cool idea. How did that come together, that particular
Well,
one?
again, for that, we wanted to just do the slow songs.
Okay, all right. Okay.
But then, basically, we were talking to the promoter, and they came and said, "Look, would you want to headline this festival for us?" And we were like, "You can create the bill, put some bands that you like on it, and then we wanted to do something that was going to be a bit different, a bit unique to all our other festival appearances this summer, because we are doing a lot of festivals in England, so we want to give people a reason to have a different thing that YMAS is doing to look forward to." So that was pretty much it, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it's exciting. Are there any tracks in there? I mean, obviously it's singles, so there's been a lot of ones that you play live frequently, but remember we were saying this when it was Take Off Your Colours tour, there were a few, I was like, oh, that's the one to revisit, we need to relearn that. Are there any on that list that you're like earmarked, we need to give that one a little bit of a brush up?
To be honest with you, it's like maybe songs like Liquid Confidence. We haven't played that for like Hold Me Down for quite a while.
Right.
So I think that's probably been about 5 or 6 years since we last played that.
Sure.
But it's just interesting because it's when you look at the singles in an order of it, you're like, oh wow, there's been a lot of singles through our band's careers. So, and some have kind of got forgotten in the set list that we don't play very often. So I think a song like Swear, we haven't played that in the UK for a long time now. So it's going to be interesting. And like Josh said, it's just something different and something exciting for the fans to really kind of be like, that's going to be a moment. For a YMAS 6 fan, I'm going to see all their singles back to back.
Sell it. Sell the
How do I sell this? We're going to have lots.
You are selling it more.
It's good.
So there's going to be loads of alcohol because we'll all be there drinking it all day long because it's a Sunday, day of God and all that.
Yeah, exactly. Day of rest, day of relaxation, all good.
My day of rest and God deserve that. So there's a load of great bands on it as well. I think it's kind of bringing in a lot of the scene back together. There hasn't really been a festival that's done that for a long time. So you see bands like Death Havana and The Main and As It Is and Milk Teeth. It's like maybe you wouldn't have expected that all to be on the same bill.
Yeah, it's a really nice, and like you were saying, Josh, as well. Though, like
Sorry,
you guys
he missed
got
out Jimmy
involved.
World, who are like...
Jimmy World. Well, I was gonna say.
Okay, cool.
Well, yeah, when it got announced, you were straight in as well. Like Jimmy World, that was top of the list. I mean, that's got to be amazing to be able to play a show with these guys.
It's gonna be amazing. We've been very fortunate in our career. We've played with, supported, and been supported by some amazing bands. But Jimmy World is definitely, they definitely played a big role in shaping not just us, but a lot of bands from our sort of time in the scene with their music. So yeah, it's gonna be
it's gonna be a good one. Looking forward to that at the end of the summer. It's gonna be great. Let's talk a bit about the current album cycle, really, because album's been out a while now.
It's done.
It's done.
Finished.
We're wrapping it, dropping it. It's all done. It's all done.
Wasn't it done the day after its release? I hear that's the thing that
that's the
happens.
thing.
Is that how it works these days? Is that 2019 album cycles one day?
2019 album cycles are just so quick, in and out. You like, here's the record, you build up to it, and then the day it's out, we're not doing it anymore. So, I think we've got a few things up our sleeve. There's we've definitely been working on new music.
I feel like you're hinting that new music is coming or something, which is really unfair to treat the fans like that and lie.
Well, how much lying is a lie?
How much lying is there in the lie that you just lied about?
I don't know.
Well, I was gonna say, Josh, you did a little tweet recently that I did pick up on where you were saying new music, imminent.
It's a slow album.
Oh, was this it? Okay, all right.
We've worked
The full
with
ballads
Capaldi.
at last.
Me and Capaldi, we've done it, done a thing. I mean, we're all working on music, sort of YMAS 6 and otherwise. So there's lots of I made a conscious decision that I was like, I'm quite a lazy person.
Okay.
And I'm sitting on all this great music, a lot of it which Max has written, actually. And it's like if I don't commit to something, so I needed a reason to like finish it off.
Okay.
If that makes sense. So hopefully, Max and I will get to spend some more time and finish off this stuff I've been doing.
I think it's just the world
Jazz fusion album.
It's the world it's the world we live in now, and I think just making music is about everybody's got the platform to do it.
Yeah.
But it's just about how much you want to work into it. You know, and I think really, like Josh said, we've been making music on the side. Who knows what comes of it? If there's stuff coming out in the future or not, you don't know. But it's been part of the journey to kind of fall back in love with music again.
Yeah.
Do different things outside the box. That like you don't have to do the same thing all over the time, and it helps you come back with a clearer mind and sit there and go, oh wow, like this song I didn't think could be a YMAS song has just gone and turned into something else.
Right. Well, that's the thing as well. Like, if you're working on music that's sort of to the side of Yumi, is that allowing you to try completely new genres, completely new different style?
Again, jazz fusion.
Okay,
ballad
sorry.
album.
You do keep telling me.
I'm writing it down on the wall for you. Just look at it now. I'm joking. Yeah, no, absolutely spot on. I think, you know, YMAS 6 has, well, our sound has changed through different records at times, but like at the core of it, it's a rock band who try and write, you know, good rock music. And I think those are our foundations. That's our sort of like bricks and mortar, if you want to call it that. And yeah, other stuff is good and healthy to be able to be creative outside of that. But then saying that, the new YMAS 6 stuff we've been writing, it's
all over the place.
Honestly, we're like a naughty school children.
I think
What?
A naughty school
Josh,
children.
what?
That'll do.
What's
That's
happened?
Good.
I think really with every album you see from YMAS 6 is always different to the last one. So for like 6, which was like a very more alternative lean pop record, this one I don't think is going to be going that way.
Okay.
The last record was a happy record. This record's going to be a really emo as fuck record.
Oh,
It's
that's
gonna
what
be-
I like to
it's
hear.
gonna be
Here we
moody. I think
go.
there's already
Really
comparisons.
angry and sad.
There's comparisons already. People like when we play people's stuff, it's like it's leaning a bit towards like Sinners with the aggression.
Right. Wow.
Yeah, but then also played a song to Murray from the XS.
Oh, Murray McLeod.
Yeah, and he went. He said, he's like, it's like Drake meets Skrillex. So I don't really know what to make of that.
Drake meets Skrillex while also being emo as fuck and Sinners era Yumi.
See what we're talking about? We're confused.
I like that.
Fuck knows
though.
what you lot are gonna think.
I mean,
but,
that's an exciting log line right there.
yeah,
I like that
we'll
underneath.
see.
Just like to keep people on their toes.
Yeah, absolutely. As you well
Mainly
should,
ourselves.
man. As you well should. Well, I remember when we were chatting when 6 was coming out, you guys were saying like, oh, we took some risks on this record. You know, we wanted to try some new things. Like, how are you looking back? What have you kind of learned from that process?
That it's not as. I saw a really interesting thing the other day that David Bowie said, which is, if you're a musician, you're making music, and you're not scared, then you're doing it all wrong.
Yeah.
And I think when we were making 6, like I loved doing it. I loved the songs we were making, but that was the first time in a while I was like, oh, I'm feeling a bit scared about some of these songs. Like, I am worried that, you know, some songs like IOU at the time, I was like, fucking hell, there's bits of this which is like not. It's more like urban-y, if that makes sense. It's more hip-hop-y and stuff like that. So I was a bit like, if you won't like it, it's been one of the best streamed songs on the record.
Big
and
live
it's
favourite
big
as well.
live as well. So
It's just showing parts of your DNA, like from a band. People like our band's perception. It's been a career of 6 albums, so that's what it is. But we listen to such varied styles of music. That is our DNA. This is YMAS 6. This is just our influences coming between us 5 and making the songs between us.
Sure.
I think the main lesson that we learn also is just like, if you like it, if you're all the records that we've made and all the songs we've written that we've all really believed in and really liked, and it's only when you sort of look back on it then you can really understand. Yeah, no, I did really love that song. I do love that song.
Yeah.
You don't know about it in the moment because it's new, it's fresh, and it feels good and exciting. But I've learned from that like taking. Put my tequila for over. Sorry.
The drink's safe. Don't
More
worry. It's all good.
important things in life.
Hey, we're at a festival. That is
was
important. We're at a festival. That's
feeling
important, man. We got a
Very
hydrated.
feeling shaky about that. Yeah, just take risks, and that's the point of music. And I've realised that if us 5 like something, then usually our fans will like it as well.
Yeah.
Old and new. So.
Well, no, of course, and speaking of kind of like learning and looking back and all that kind of stuff, you did the big Take Off Your Colours tour. Did you feel like revisiting those songs kind of revealed anything moving forward a little bit too?
Just that it was just such a really great time to be in a band. I know I'm going to sound like an old man now, but like it was a really good time to be in a band, and it was just the scene at that point was so thriving, and it is, of course it is now. There's lots of incredible young bands coming through, but just to be able to go and do those songs 10 years on at the level that we were able to perform them at, the venues we were doing, was just we didn't even play venues that big when that album came out. Do you know what I mean? So it's just fucking, for me, I found it really bizarre, but in a really, really lovely way.
Yeah, it was a humbling experience. It was a humbling experience, and I think really it's also about. Yeah, there we go.
There he is.
He's got the first. It's like it's our band as well. It's part of our DNA.
Yeah.
You know, and I think you can't.
Say DNA one more time in this interview.
Am I referencing Kendrick Lamar or not?
What no. I got.
There you go.
It's the Kendrick vibes on the new material that we're hearing here as well. There you go.
Yeah, I think you might hear something a bit rocking. That's for sure.
That's cool. Man, I'm so excited. When that's what I'll finish on then. When do you think we might hear something new, whether it's Yumi or otherwise? Do you have a rough timeline when you might
sooner
want
than
to
you sooner than you think?
Sooner than we think.
Yeah, sooner.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, probably tonight.
Yeah, why not?
Maybe.
Actually, there's another finishing question. I was looking up what you guys have been doing recently and all these festival sets and everything. Now, this might just be internet nonsense, but I saw that the track you're coming onto, your walk-on music, it keeps getting fans going like, is that a new Yumi song? Is that something like that?
Maybe.
Yeah, probably is.
Yeah.
Am I just gonna have to stand and watch in front of stage and like be listening extra carefully?
No offense. If we're coming to visit you and do this interview, you don't come fucking watch us.
Oh, you know I'm watching.
Then it's done.
I am just
it's
worried.
over.
I'm just worried. Don't
she's like,
don't
don't lie,
me on
don't
camera
lie,
now
don't lie.
here.
I think we're just testing you guys to make sure you're there actually before the set
Well,
starts.
I kind of love the balls of that. Like, oh, we're gonna play a new song, but it's gonna be on tape, and it's gonna be when you're all cheering when we come on stage. So you can't fucking hear it. I kind of like that.
Well, no. I think you'll be able to hear it. Let's just say that
Okay.
it's pumped.
Okay.
So just make sure you're there.
Listen
Basically,
carefully.
As soon as you hear a very, very confused, let's call it musician.
I wouldn't say confused.
When you hear that loud over the PA, you'll be like, that might be the new Yumi 6 song.
We'll see what it's like, yeah.
All right. Keep your ears open, everybody.
Oh, I always rated you, man. There's more going on there than you
Nobody
said.
knows what goes on in his brain up here.
I bet in 6 months there's going to be so many references in this interview we can look back and go, oh yeah, they were giving it away then. All right, we just didn't know. Okay, interesting.
It's the Capaldi reference.
It's
That's
the
where we go.
Capaldi
Yeah,
rap. It's
that's where we
all
go.
about the Capaldi collab that's clearly forthcoming. It's good. Guys, it's always a pleasure, and this has been genuinely awesome. Can't wait for your set, and also we'll catch you at Reading and Leeds as well. That'll be great fun. Yeah, main stage.
we're doing
Looking
that
forward
as
to
well.
that, man. Yeah.
I think we're doing
That's coming
that,
up.
aren't we?
It's gonna be a beautiful one. All right,
Cool.
there we go. Yumi at 6, guys.